Today the lecture is on psychrometry. It is unit 4 of subject refrigeration and air conditioning. In last 3 units we learned on the refrigeration, and next 2 units, unit 4 and unit 5, we learned about the air conditioning. Before starting the chapter on the air conditioning, we must know about the psychrometry. So first of all, we must know what is psychrometry. So psychrometry is a branch of science which deals with the thermophysical properties of moist air. What is psychrometry? Psychrometry is the branch of science which deals with the thermophysical properties of moist air. Then we must know about what is moist air. Air is classified as dry air or moist air. So what is dry air? Dry air is a composition of different gases like nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, CO2, carbon dioxide, etc. But in actual case, dry air is not possible because in air there is some amount of moisture content. Means there is some amount of water vapor content. Means moist air, it is a combination of dry air or a mixture of different gases or dry air and water vapor. The content of water vapor is limited up to the 0 to 3% by mass. 0 to 3% by mass. So when we start this topic psychrometry, we must know about the melting moisture, because in actual condition air is available in the atmosphere in the moisture condition, means which contains certain amount of the water vapor, that is limited up to the 0 to 3%. Then we must know about saturated air. We must know about saturated air. The saturated air means we can define it by the meaning of this word saturation. The word saturation means tendency to change. The air is a mixture of dry plus moist air. The dry air never change its phase. The word in it is a water vapor which can change its phase. Means which can change its phase from vapor to liquid form during condensation. So saturated air means air contains maximum amount of water vapor which have tendency to change. What is the meaning of tendency to change? Means the water vapor is converted into liquid form. That is condensation. So what is the pressure during this? The pressure of saturated air, the partial pressure of air, is less than is equals to pressure of mixture, means pressure of moisture. So we can explain this by using simple diagram, that is temperature entropy diagram. Temperature and entropy diagram. This is saturation down, and this is the critical point. This is liquid line, liquid curve. This is saturated vapor curve, and this is the constant pressure line. We draw on TS diagram constant pressure line in this manner. This is a constant pressure line. Assume that air is at this condition. This condition is 1. Means air in this condition means there is a mixture of, at this condition, what is the condition of air? It is a mixture of air plus water. Air plus water. And this is the actual temperature, T actual. So what is saturation condition? Air can change its phase at this condition, and air can change, water vapor present in air can change its phase at this condition, and water vapor present in air can change its phase at this condition. Both are saturation condition. In this condition, there is cooling. Temperature drops, there is cooling, and at this condition, the partial pressure of vapor is equal to this pressure. This is pressure of mixture or pressure of moisture or saturated pressure. Pressure of mixture. So means saturated air means the air which contains the maximum amount of water vapor, which further cools. Then phase change occurs. The phase change occurs during this process is in form of dew. It may be dew. It may be fog, it may be mist. During cooling down, during this temperature is constant and pressure is also constant. So this is the condition of saturated air, which is its definition. The air contains maximum amount of water vapor which have tendency to change. What tendency? Water vapor is converted to liquid. That is a condensation. And the partial pressure of vapor which is equal to the saturated pressure. This is a saturated air. Then what is unsaturated air? Number two is unsaturated air. Unsaturated air is the air, generally we use term air for the moist air, the air which is not about to change its phase. The air which is not about to change its phase means the water vapor present in air which is not about to change its phase, which is not about the condensation. So which condition is this? This is the condition 1. So means the air which is available at the condition 1 is in unsaturated condition. Unsaturated condition. So means unsaturated means the water vapor present in air which is not about to condense. Means phase changing, which is not about to condense. So air will be dry air will be moist air, but actually the air available in the environment in the moist condition may just contain the water vapor. There is two conditions of moist air. One is the saturated condition, another one is unsaturated condition. Unsaturated condition is the air actually available in the environment which is not in condensation form. And saturated air is air which is about to condense, which we generally observe during the cold temperature in the form of mist, fog or dew. So this is all about the air. Now we discuss upon some thermophysical properties of moist air. The first one is very important, that is temperature. During moist air, we deal with the three types of temperature. Number one is dry bulb temperature. Number two, wet bulb temperature. Number three, dew point temperature. These are very important while we study about the cyclometric. So, what is dry bulb temperature? The dry bulb temperature, its name itself tells about definition. the temperature which is directly measured by the thermometer. The temperature which is directly measured by the thermometer, which is independent of the moisture present in the air. So it means the dry bulb temperature which is directly measured by thermometer. So independent of the moisture present in the air, then wet bulb temperature. In wet bulb temperature, the bulb of thermometer is surrounded by a cotton wick. And placed in water. That due to the capillary effect, water rises in the cotton wick and air goes through the cotton wick, due to which evaporation takes place. And the evaporation is responsible for the cooling process. So means the temperature measured by a thermometer whose bulb is surrounded by cotton wick and which is placed in water. That is the temperature of air. We are discussing about the temperature of air measured by thermometer whose bulb is surrounded by cotton wick and which is placed in water. And due to evaporation, cooling takes place. This is a simple example. This is a duct, and this is air. When we write here, air is moisture, and put a thermometer here. This is a bulb, and this is a water, and this is also thermometer, whose one end is surrounded by cotton wick. This is cotton wick. So when we put a blower here, and air goes in this direction, the bulb which is in directly contact of air, the temperature measured by that thermometer is dry bulb temperature, that is DBT. We abbreviated as DBT. And the bulb which is surrounded by cotton wick and placed in the water, and due to the capillary effect, water rises and air flows through it. So it measures the wet bulb temperature. How? For example, air is more humid or less humid or dry. When air is dry, the air absorbs more amount of water from cotton wick. It means evaporation rate is very high. So cooling is more. Then in that case, more cooling is occurred. If air is more humid, means moisture content is very high. If moisture content is very high, the moisture is already present in the air and moisture is already present in the cotton wick, then this air is not able to evaporate so much of amount of water vapor or water from this cotton wick. Means evaporation rate is slow. So there is a less cooling. So what we have concluded, if air is dry, evaporation is high, cooling is high. If air is humid, evaporation rate is slow, cooling is less. So this measures the wet bulb temperature. Then dew point temperature. The dew point temperature So what is dew point? Means the temperature at which dew occurs. And dew is in form of liquid. And moisture available in air in form of vapor. Means during dew condensation should take place. So means at dew point condensation. At saturated pressure and temperature. The air which can hold maximum amount of water vapor. The water vapor present in air is tendency to change into the liquid form, into the dew form. That is at saturated pressure and temperature. That is dew point temperature. So these are three main temperatures which is represent dPt or PdP. Both are correct. So during saturation condition, if air is available in saturation condition, means air is about to change into phase. Means if air is surrounding, this is temperature and pressure. If air is available at this condition, means the mixture of air is at this condition, means it can contain the maximum amount of the water vapor. In that case, the temperature is this. This is the saturation temperature. And this pressure, at this pressure, this is the saturated pressure. So means it is a condition at this phase change. So if air is available at this condition, in that case, it contains the maximum amount of water vapor. In that case, we measure the temperature of air by dry bulb temperature or wet bulb temperature or dew point temperature. In all three cases, temperature remains the same. So by these three thermometers, the temperature measured by dry bulb in actual condition. Actual condition, the temperature measured by dry bulb temperature is greater than wet bulb temperature. The difference of dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature is called wet bulb depression. Condition 1. Dry bulb temperature is always greater than dew point temperature except saturated condition. Except as saturated condition, these three temperatures are equal. So dry bulb temperature minus dew point temperature is known as is equals to dew point